Ecstasy produced this one.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
You tell them one thing. Just win, baby.
Oh, hello guys. My name is Rafael Chacin, as known as El Capitán Rafucho. And of course, before you get in, before everybody knows can expect it. So here's a video about my reaction. All right, so.
Silencio, por favor. For the number 7 pick, the 2023 NFL Draft, Las Vegas Raiders select Tyree Wilson. Tyree Wilson go to Vegas. So let's even go to 7 after all. Tyree Wilson. Tyree Wilson. Okay. According to ESPN, he's the best fit for the Raiders. So no more limits. Looks like he's right now for all. That was unexpected.
Hold on. There is one more.
Vegas Raiders select Tyree Wilson. Yes, that's right. Fuck yes.
Well, so there you have it, folks. So let me introduce myself. Well, here I am, Rafael Chacin, as known as El Capitán Rafucho, and of course, welcome to a special episode after the night one of draft of Silver and Black Experience. And of course, which I promised, because after the night one of draft, here's a surprise for the Raiders, and of course for the Raider Nation. But I guarantee you that it's gonna be like real good. And it's gonna be for sure because how not much time did I go to the live stream about it, but it's gonna be like a real short, and it's gonna be interesting because right now it is Friday, and of course I got a lot of stuff to do, and it's gonna be like a busy Friday. Yes, it is. But I just wanted to tell you now that here it goes. Hey, how's it going, Holly Tanner? Salute to you. And of course, make sure to subscribe to Holly Tanner on her YouTube channel. And because those guys are really amazing. I mean, Holly Tanner, thanks for inviting me on your live stream. It's always a pleasure. And of course, I'll keep you in contact about the wrestling show, which is totally amazing. And of course, we got over here, Alex Martin, we're your fans. Salute, Rafa. So, wow, what can I say about it? This completely blew my mind. I mean, this is the first time that I was doing like a draft live reaction with the whole network with my guys, Robert, Tyler, Tyrell, and of course Y2C from All Star Sports Network. I mean, this is completely amazing. And there was a lot of surprises that it blew me away from this for this NFL draft night one of 2022 for the NFL. I mean, and we just select Tyree Wilson from the Texas Tech. I mean, that's really impressive. I mean, we didn't have Christian Gonzalez or Devon Witherspoon, which is one of my two choices, because one of my two choices is going to be between Christian Gonzalez or Devon Witherspoon for taking from the number 7 pick. I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. But right now we got a defensive end for Texas Tech, which is Tyree Wilson. And I'm going to display you because right now let's see how it's going to be like at the film breakdown. And of course, I'm going to share the screen for those guys that didn't know about this. Mm-hmm. So let's see over the right here. Okay. All right. So here it is, folks. The new edge defender for the Raiders, which is Tyree Wilson for the Texas Tech Raiders. Mm-hmm. There you go, folks. Okay, so he was beginning his college career at Texas A&M before transferring for Tech in the sophomore year. And after struggling for a few seasons, he broke out in 2022. He played well enough to be like a first-round draft pick. And he called like 50 pressures and 8 sacks for the season. And of course, resulting in 79. All right, so let's hear about the pros and cons for Tyree Wilson. Shall we? Okay, so the pros is he's insanely large frame and one of the longest defensive ends that you ever seen in your life. He got the movement skills that don't really make sense for like 265 pounder, and he's unconscionable mentality to attack the man in front of him with reckless abandon. But we're just talking about the cons of Tyree Wilson. He will attack blocks without any real plan. He just loves content. And the first step is nothing special. He has more fluid than really explosive. And he's a real late bloomer. At the other side, he's a fifth year to still be considered like a project. So where he really improved his concept technique. If Wilson getting his hand over this placement on point, it's game over. he fights like at the team like a lot weekly at the moment, but he doesn't get far to go. And what is his role? He's really versatile and he can play hand up, hand down, outside or inside. And that's one of the beauty of this unique physical skill set. And due for this size, length, and play style, he can make it like nearly impossible to get into the spats. And that's a good way to consistently make a place along for the defensive style. I mean, that's really good enough for me. I mean, that's a really good point to select Tyree Wilson from Texas Tech, and of course without concern about the NFL draft because there was a lot of surprises, and of course Jalen Carter getting to the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, wow, that's really, 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 really impressive. And of course, everybody thought that Will Lewis is gonna be like at the first round pick. Well, guess not. Will Lewis is not gonna be on the first round because everybody knows that he's gonna be like a shine, like a star, and he always getting out like a more than a hype, more than the hype. And of course, have you ever seen like mixing up for the coffee with mayo? I mean, that's disgusting. Really, really, really disgusting. And for that moment right here, I would like to introduce the film break and about Tyree Wilson and why should be like a good choice for the Las Vegas Raiders. All right. So I just wanted to tell you about it. Okay, so let me share the screen. I just I just I just had it with the good time. Okay, so here it goes. Here it comes. So that pony with the blue right here, that's Tyree Wilson. All right, here you go. Oh, nice. Oh, watch out. You gotta watch out. Wow. I mean, did I just see it like something like that? Wow. I think it's further versus North Carolina State. That was in 2002. I mean, very impressive, huh? All right, so I'm gonna check it over this one. I'm gonna check it on this one. Okay, let's see. Oh, my connections. I don't know. It's broken. Mm-hmm. Let's see if I got. Oh, hold on a minute. I mean that guy is really, really impressive. But I think he's gonna be like an improved about the constant technique. But I think he's got a lot of strength. He had the fit balance. He had the hand use. He has like a explosiveness, but he didn't like to take it apart. He don't field testing in Indiana, but he get it like in his inches, and that's what they combine for the show us under the. And there's no edge prospect may handle offensive tackles more than Wilson last year, and that's one of the defensive linemen who can play by any scheme. But everybody thought it's gonna be like good for Chandler Jones and Matt Crosby. Well, it really depends for the season that they're gonna make it. because to be fair enough, because we just have it like a good pick. I mean, we didn't screw it up. We didn't screw it up. So that's sort of like a good pick for the Raider Nation. And I like this guy, which is Tyree Wilson for Texas Tech. And I mean, he can really, really improve about his technique, which is totally impressive. But I think the good choice and about for the Raider Nation, I think we can improve about the defense. So what I just told you about them before, because we need to improve the defense, and of course the whole room for the wide receiver is totally full, which is for like Jacoby Myers, Hunter Renfro, and of course Devontae Adams. Derek Hart is gone. He's out because after his 9 years, after 9 years for the Raider Nation, I think we can best move. We can move out. And of course, we can show it up because looking up for repeat for like a minute. All right, so let's see what I got. Hey, Jimenez, how's it going? Shout out to the persons to the chat that comes right there. Holly Hunt, Holly Tanner, Jimenez, Alice Martin. I mean, salute to everybody else. All right, but let's see what we got over here for Tyree Wilson. Okay, so he's very ideal. He's very ideal for him to land to play over the line of scrimmage. He had a powerful point of attack, and he used like the land to combine for gain leverage and a consistent mortar. But there's also like the weakness, which is he's middle of the in the snap. He doesn't coordinate particularly too well turn edge, and he was limited to pass rush for Torrey. But the idea to bring Tyree Wilson, it's almost better than the reality, and it's pretty good. But he will just like, he did not decide to just not select the quarterback because their concentration to turning out for the defensive battle, the defensive side of the ball, which I guarantee you, because they need to really focus on about the defense, which is totally great. And they're about to focus in all about the defense. All about the defense. They're not interested about the quarterback or a right receiver. They're only interested about the offensive, the linebacker, the cornerback, I mean, everything. And with Wilson, they combine it to Matt Crosby and Chandler Jones. He could be like at a 33, or can team anything, but he couldn't last with a better mentor than on the similar skill set. And Chandler Jones came to the league as pass rusher, Los Lances, now to developing into the one best edge defenders. But he presents for the type of the potential he can immediately use. Stay all over defensive front and serve packages with all the fundamentally disrupted defenders on the field at the same time. But they won't finish bottom 3 in sacks for a second straight season with that trio hunting quarterbacks, which is I really like it. So I gotta tell you for anything about it. So hey, what's good, Raider Mode? It's hey, hola compa, how's it going? Hola compadre, ¿cómo estás? So salute to Raider Mode, and of course you gotta make sure to subscribe to El Capitán Rafael on YouTube channel. That's Rafael Chacin, and of course there is a lot of things that to do with after the draft, and of course there is a lot of things that are got to move right here. All right, so I'm gonna to recap about the picks that select from the NFL draft. So the first round for the Carolina Panthers, they got Bryce Young from Alabama. From the Houston Texans, they got 2, which is CJ Stroud and Will Anderson. First, a quarterback for Ohio State, which is CJ Stroud, and Will Anderson, a linebacker from Alabama. And then they got to the 4th round, which is Indianapolis Colts, a quarterback from the Florida Gators, Anthony Richardson. The number 5, Seattle Seahawks with Devon Witherspoon for Illinois. The number 7, Arizona Cardinals, Paris Johnson from Ohio State, an offensive tackle. For Las Vegas Raiders, as we know about it, we had a defensive edge, which is from Texas Tech, Tyree Wilson, a defensive end. Say, okay, I like your pick. I like this. All right, so Let's continue. The Atlanta Falcons, they just choose a running back from Texas, Bijan Robinson. Philadelphia Eagles, they just choose a defensive tackle for Georgia, Jalen Carter. For the number 10, Chicago Bears, they select Daniel White from Tennessee. Number 11 for the Tennessee Titans, Peter Skoronski from Northwestern. Number 12, Detroit Lions, they choose Jahmyr Gibbs from Alabama, our running back. For the Green Bay Packers, they just select Lucas Bambes, a defensive end from Iowa. The number 14, Pittsburgh Steelers, they just choose Broderick Jones for Georgia, which is an offensive tackle. The number 15 from the New York Jets, they just select Will McDonald, a defensive end from Iowa State. The number 16, the Washington Commanders, they just choose Emmanuel Forbes, which I just saw the film study about Emmanuel Forbes and of course the pros and cons of Emmanuel Forbes. And I thought it's gonna be like a good choice, but they're just saying for the Washington Commanders. Also for the number 17, New England Patriots just choose one of my picks that I would love to pick for the Raiders, a quarterback from Oregon, Christian Gonzalez. Okay, let's keep on moving. For the number 18, Detroit Lions, they just choose John Campbell from Iowa. 19, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they just select Kalaya Kensi, a defensive tackle for Pittsburgh. Number 20, Seattle Seahawks just check Jason Smith-Njigba, a wide receiver from Ohio State. From the number 21 for Los Angeles Chargers, as we know, the Chokers, they just select Quentin Johnson from TCU, a wide receiver. For the Baltimore Ravens, of course, before the draft, folks, they just renovate the contract of 5 years extension of Lamar Jackson. There you go. There was Lamar Jackson 5 years more. All right, let's continue. For the Baltimore Ravens, they just select a wide receiver from the Boston College, Zay Flowers. The number 23 from the Minnesota Vikings, they just choose Jordan Addison, a wide receiver from UCS, which is University of South, the Trojans, the University of Southern California. Also from the New York Giants, from the number 24, they just select Deontay Banks, a cornerback for Maryland. The number 25 from the Buffalo Bills, they just choose Dalton Kincaid, a tight end from Utah. From the number 26, I forgot, for the Dallas Cowboys, as known as the Cowgirls, they just select Massey Smith, a defensive tackle from Michigan. From the number 27, the Jacksonville Jaguars, they just select Anton Harrison, an offensive tackle from Oklahoma. Number 28, the Cincinnati Bengals, to just select Miles Murphy, a defensive end from Clemson. From the 29, New Orleans Saints, to just select Brian Breeze from Clemson. And for the Philadelphia Eagles, the number 1, they just select Lawrence Smith, a linebacker from Georgia. And for the Kansas City Chiefs, as known as the Queebs, they just select Felix and Duke Musuma, an offensive end for Kansas State. So right now, there it is, the 31 picks for the NFL draft. And of course, the only thing that becomes habit because they have the selection for a fighter for Miami Dolphins. Yeah, that's right. I mean, that's one of the drafts like here. So everybody thought it's gonna be like they're gonna select Will Lewis or anything, but Will Lewis, I mean, who? Everybody thought that Will Lewis is gonna be in the first round. Everybody thought that Will Lewis is gonna be like at the first round because look at this ability, look at the film study. I mean, look at the highlights. Everybody thought that Will Lewis is gonna be in the first round. But guess what? Where's Will Lewis in the first round? I didn't see Will Lewis. We didn't see Will Lewis in the first round. not sorry, but Will Lewis is not at the first round. They just wanted to go to the second or third round. Well, let's see whether they got it. Let's see whether they got it right here. But anyways, folks, but look, I don't know why, because I just dropped the link if you want to guys pull off just for a little bit. And of course, hey, look what we got over here. Raider Kush, how's it going? Also, we got Mr. Turkey Rasol, how's it going? Man, this is so really excited. All right, so I just dropped the link. If you guys want to jump in, to pull in for a little bit about the thoughts, I want to express their thoughts about the pick of Tyree Wilson from Texas State. Is it gonna be like a solid pick, a steal, or is it gonna be like a bust? So I don't know, folks. So it is. So the link is right here. All right, so let's see if they got it right here. Okay, so we got a new one. So let's see what they got over here. So, hello.
Bueno, ¿cómo estás?
Hey, Brother Mode, how's it going? ¿Cómo estás?
I'm doing good, buddy. How about yourself?
So, first and foremost, welcome to the Silver and Black Experience special episode after the night one of that. So, so first and foremost, Raider Mode, because we had a little short time of giving your thoughts about Tyree Wilson at defensive end for the Texas Tech. Is it gonna be like a solid? Is it gonna be like a steal, or is it gonna be a bust for the draft? Give me your thoughts.
I think that's a solid pick. I really do. You can learn a lot from Mac. I think he might learn a little bit from Chandler Jones. He might be backing up Chandler Jones at the beginning of the season, and then could steal that first spot from Chandler.
That's very good. That's very good. So when I just saw the film study about Tyree Wilson from Texas Tech, he can really improve that about, because he got a good speed, a lot of energy. But I think he's gonna be like an improving, because right now Las Vegas Raiders didn't select for a quarterback, because the only main focus is all about the defense, because we got a lot of positions to fill in, including the cornerback, the linebacker, of course they got the defensive end and all these positions. But do you think of the idea to be on this position like that? Do you think it's gonna be like a great position to fill in? Because right now they got Chandler Jones, Max Crosby, and do you think that Tyree Wilson's gonna be like a starter, or is gonna be like a good point?
I think he's gonna be a bridge player. He's gonna be a bridge player for Chandler Jones. He's gonna learn from Max and Chandler for a good couple of weeks, and then he's gonna steal that number one spot, like I said earlier.
Okay, so thank you, Raider Mode, to giving your thoughts about Tyree Wilson as the newest Raider at the number 7 at the first round of the pick. And of course, this is gonna be really interesting. So, I mean, Raider Mode, thanks for coming in and giving your thoughts about Tyree Wilson as the number 7 of the first round, because the draft ain't over yet, because there's still in a more days, and of course there's another 2 days to fill in, because right now they need to focus all about the defense. So, Raider Mode.
And like Mr. Davis said, I hope the front office, GM and scout team and Coach McDaniels do look at more defensive side than offensive, because we did pick up a lot of offensive players this off season.
So without to say, thanks for your thoughts, and of course I would love to see you over the next time. And of course, thanks for joining in, Raider Mode, and of course, always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure, my friend. Be safe.
All right, have a good one, Raider Mode. So there you go, folks. There is Raider Mode giving the thoughts about Tyree Wilson. Okay, so let's see what they got over here. Okay, so Mix It Tokyo Soul say Wilson is a great pick. I agree about that. So, okay, so folks, so Radio Mode, they gave your thoughts about Tyree Wilson for the Texas Tech as the newest Las Vegas Raider defensive end, which is really good and important. So if you want to come in for the show, because I got a shorter time to do like the show, and because on this Friday I'm gonna be like real busy about it. But if you wanted to come in, just pull it up and then give your thoughts about Tyree Wilson from Las Vegas Raiders. But in my opinion, right here, I think there's a great choice. There's a great choice to fill it in, and of course, we need to improve a lot of more defense, because that's the only thing that we guys can afford. Because this is the only thing that we need it for. I mean, my reaction is unexpected, because I thought it's gonna be choosing like Christian Gonzalez or Demon Witherspoon or maybe Emmanuel Forbes, but they just select not to be selected by the quarterback, but also they had to focus all about the defense, because that's what they need it for. That's what they're gonna need it for, to reveal the defense and fill the whole positions that we need it for. So that's what the whole positions that we need it for. So I just wanted to say salute to the chat right here, and of course, so the link is right here. So I'm not very sure that you can guys pull it in, and of course, giving your thoughts about Tyree Wilson from Texas Tech. I mean, that guy is really impressive. It is a radio mode. I think we pick up a steel player at the second round. Very impressive. I think we're gonna have because the first time we gotta choose at the first round we had Tyree Wilson for the Texas Tech. Okay, right now it's going to focus to the round number 2, number 3, and of course for the round from 4 to 7. I mean, this completely it's gonna blow up their mind. It's gonna blow up their mind. And of course, I gotta tell you something. Shout out to the persons right there from the for the radio content creator, and of course, hold on a minute, because I didn't get it. Okay, so just there was a pause on the music, so I just cue the music, and of course, I gotta tell you something. Before I leave, or I don't know if anybody else can pull on it, because I just dropped the link. I don't know, folks. Sorry about my hair, because I was using that hat for a long time. But listen, folks, I really appreciate it to do a reaction show with my guys, Robert, Tyler from the network, and I'm so proud. I'm so proud to have a good support. And I was, because at the first time I was really nervous. Because I have no idea to how they're gonna do a draft reaction. But at the second I thought that, Raffle, if you buy that book, which is, you need to understand it about the art of football, which is the NFL. I mean, great. This is something really great. Hey, we got my brother from down under. We got a Fakasi Raider. Salute. And of course, if you wanted to pull in, there is a link. I don't know if you gave it thoughts for Tyree Wilson from Texas Tech. I would love to. But as a matter of fact, that I was saying, that year, which is 2023, that was the year that I was doing my draft reaction with my fellows YTC. Tyree from Arizona, and of course Robert and Tyler, my my great partners from All Star Sports Network. I mean, this is the first time that I was doing like a draft reaction because the last year I didn't notice. I didn't know something about it. But but to be honest, last year I was I was really excited to watch the draft at home with my family, and I was really excited. And then 1 year later, which is today, I'm very proud to have a draft reaction with the All Star Sports Network, which is totally incredible. I mean, this is awesome, and I think that the Raiders got the great choice, which is Tyree Wilson from Texas Tech, an defensive end, and I think they're gonna need a lot of help, especially from the red zone issues that we got. hmm Especially for the issues that we got over here. I mean, this is totally unexpected, but that looks like a really great solid pick. I mean, if we can have like a Christian Gonzalez or a Devon Witherspoon or Emmanuel Forrest, I was gonna blow my mind. I was gonna blow my mind. Everybody thought it's gonna be like a pick for Jalen Carter, but the Philadelphia Eagles they just selected, and I think that's, in my opinion, right here. Jalen Carter is a generation talent, but due for the issues for the car accident, I think it's gonna be a little further. But congrats for the Philadelphia Eagles to select Jalen Carter. hmm And as a matter of fact, that I was so excited. I mean, this is one of my draft reactions that I was doing for like, and I know I'm very excited, but also I was a little bit tired because well, this is Friday, and well, today is Friday, and I got a lot of things to do, which is totally insane, totally insane. I say, Alice Martin Raider fan, hit the like button. Just hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button, and of course, support for your Capitán Rafael, Capitán Rafucho. There you go, folks. Thanks all about that, and hit the like button, guys. But as a matter of fact about it, the last time that I was talking about Silver and Black experience about the Raiders content creators, I remember the first time, and I was specifically told it that the first time that I was came in as a content creator, I have no idea to pull it out for like ideas to make a podcast show, and then I just realized that I just went to the show of Captain Jack and OG Daniel, which is OG Jack Daniel. I mean, those guys are really amazing. Yep, and they're really teaching about the history of the Raiders, like the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, because they just brought a lot of good information. And of course, shout out to Jack Cannon, which he provides like a great information, of course, great takes, because he's a good Raider fan, and of course a diehard Raider fan, and he understands about the game. He understands it. And those guys like Captain Jack, OG Daniel, and Jack Canna, it's like a trio of great persons because they know everything about the game. They know everything about the team because they represent the DNA. They represent everything. They say, Sorry, guys, my phone dead. So, hello, everybody. Hope you guys are doing have a great draft weekend. So far, so good. Yes, Afakasi, yes. Okay, so hope you guys have a great draft weekend. So far, so good. I agree with that, Afakasi. And of course, make sure to subscribe to Afakasi Raider on his YouTube channel. He's one of my coolest brothers from down under. And this guy is really, really amazing. And I saw the reaction of Tyree Wilson from Texas Tech, and I mean this is incredible. And I mean this is like this is like great. And of course, I'm speaking about that. After I saw Captain Jack and Ocean Daniel, and of course Jack Cannon, I was investigated for like there was another content creators that I would love to mention because those guys they brought a good information and they know everything about the team. They know about the weakness and of course the positive things. hmm Like for example, of shout out to Dirty Raider. I mean, he's doing amazing, and of course, I just subscribed for this new channel, Life of the Nation, Life of the Nation, which which is totally perfect. And I remember that I was when I was on a live stream and everybody's got it on their suit, and I was getting prepared because I got a vest or anything. I got my hat, and I mean I got that. I mean everything's gonna look at it perfectly because there's like a bunch of guys that are taking over at PN, which is totally insane. hmm But man, shout out to Dirty Raider, which is providing like great takes, and of course he got the DNA. He provide like a great voice, and of course shout out to Lunatic Raider, Raiders of Legends. I mean, their show for comedy, it's totally gold. He's amazing. And I just laughed so much hard because they brought a show with Raiders infused comedy. And man, this is something incredible. hmm And of course, there's a there's a few content creators that I would love to support, which is for the Raider Nation. Shout out to Afakasi, Ozzy Raider, Holly Tanner, Mr. Tokyo Soul, Jimenez, Alice Martin, Dirty Low, my brother, Gravy, Lunatic Raider, Dirty Raider, Raider Kush, which I love to see Raider Kush what they're doing this workout because there's no sleep, there's no there's no excuses. You gotta do your workout, and if you're late, you gotta do your 25 push-ups. 25 push-ups, folks. And trust me, the time that I was late on the workouts with Coach, I was doing my 25 push-ups. And yes, that was really incredible. So shout out to Raider Coach, and he's doing like every day with his workouts perfectly right. Also, I would love to salute and of course shout out to Raider Gabe, mi hermano. Also with Raider Twan, Queen Raider Dead, Wayside Sports Radio, which is Raider Hearn, Eric, the SNS Experience, which I consider him as the youngest goat. He's not the lunchable guy. He's not the lunchable guy. What else can I have? What else in the Raider Nation? Let's see. The Raider Critique, Anti-State Soldier, Raider Joe. Those guys are really amazing. Hardcore Raider. Let's see what I got. Raider Ray, Farrell, Raider Tape. I mean, those guys are really amazing. And last but not least, shout out to Raider Band because he provides that excellent play-by-play. And his memorable catchphrases like, with eyes wide open, just like the song from Creed, and of course, on my mama. Shout out to Red Man, folks, because he's the greatest man. He's the greatest. And of course, I would love to say it up. Shout out to all these incredible content creators from other teams like Mitch, Jeff, Miss, let's see, Randy, Robert Tyler, also Arrow. I mean, you guys are amazing because you provide everything about the content. And for that reason, I just, I'm just blessed to having like a great community with you guys, because sometimes I feel that I'm alone, but I'm not, because I'm surrounded by great community creators like you guys, and I respect them because they have their own opinions, and I understand about it. I respect it. So, with that being said, I just wanted to let you know that I just wanted to shut down the live stream because right now it is Friday, and of course I had a lot of things to do. But don't worry, I think I'm gonna be like a live on Friday night. I'm not really sure about that, but I just wanted to keep a notice about it. And of course, sorry because my hair is still fully loaded. I just wanted to say thanks for coming in, and of course, thanks for joining on this special episode of Sibling Black Experience with my breakdown of Tyree Wilson. And of course, they have other thoughts about it's going to be like a solo pick, still, Lord Boss. And yes. And don't forget to subscribe to Rafael Chacin, as known as El Capitán Rafucho on YouTube. And I might know great things is going to happen soon. And not only I just provide content for the Raiders, also I provide content for wrestling, also from baseball, basketball, everything. So what Min says, have a great night, folks. Have a great weekend. And of course, have a great draft weekend, folks. Se despide Rafael Chacin, as known as El Capitán Rafucho. And of course, I will see you there in the next time on the same channel. Peace out, motherfuckers. And of course, National Attitude, motherfuckers. See ya.
You tell them one thing. Just win, baby.